This is not live. It's like a rerun.
It's a rerun.
It's the Cooper and Anthony Show.
Anthony is a little perturbed with me because we had a little incident in the car.
So we're driving, and somebody decides they want to eat, which is fine.
I didn't decide I wanted to eat.
Yes,
My
did.
blood sugar was low. I needed some food, and the easiest thing to grab were some cherries.
A big old thing of cherries. She has it in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
And every, 4 seconds, she's throwing something out the window.
Spitting.
Not even
spit
spitting. Not even, sometimes spitting.
Sometimes spitting, sometimes throwing. Yeah.
So it would be like this. Num, 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 throw. Num, 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 throw. Num, 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 spit. Num, num, num,
Right.
throw.
Right.
So if we ever need to find you, we just
follow
the trail.
That is a good point.
So this happened for 2-3 minutes. And finally I said, stop it. Whatever you're doing, stop. And she goes, I'm spitting out the cherry
Pits.
out of the car.
And he said, no, you're littering. I
That's
said,
littering.
Cherry pits aren't littering, you idiot. It can't be. They're organic. They're pits. That's how cherry trees happen. That's how trees happen. Pits end up somewhere. Don't you know the whole thing with squirrels? No, I'm serious. Squirrels do not know where they've hit all their nuts. And that's how trees happen, because a bunch of nuts end up getting fertilized and then they grow another tree. Because
so the squirrel fertilizes the nut?
I don't know. Something fertilizes it. I don't know exactly how trees happen. I just know that they abandon
So you actually don't know how trees happen, but you're fighting me about spitting the cherry pit
I know.
out of the window on the blacktop of Highway 109 and thinking that cherry trees are going to grow in front of Stop and Shop.
The wind blows them over to the dirt. And then either something eats it and then poops it out in the forest and it creates a tree, or a bunch of them just get together and they form a tree.
I think it's actually against the law to throw anything out of the car, no matter if it's organic or not.
Oh.
I don't think you can throw anything out of a moving vehicle.
Caitlin from sales told me that you are allowed to throw things out the window if they are organic and indigenous to the area that you live.
Caitlin hasn't washed her feet in 17
That
months.
is a good point. She doesn't like to wash her feet. But she does eat a lot of fruit. And she says because we have apples here, you can throw an apple seed,
You
apple
can throw
pit.
a whole apple out the car window.
Yes.
You can.
Because we have apples here. You cannot do that with a banana because we have no banana trees here.
What is the one thing that I can't stand about New York in a whole?
Litter.
As much litter as there is on the side of the road.
Cherry pits are not litter, though.
They are completely litter.
They are not litter. Darlene in Brookhaven is throwing a cherry pit out the car window, littering.
I don't know if I'd necessarily consider it littering because it's something I think that could go back into to nature. However, I don't know if it would be harmful to any animals. So that's the question that I have. If you do that and an animal picks it up, is it harmful to them to swallow, or, is there any benefit to them? Otherwise, no, I think it could just dissolve and go back into nature.
Yeah, I guess if a bear picks it up and eats it, it'll be fine. But if like a little tiny sparrow, maybe that would be a problem.
That's what I was thinking, But, to me, though, it's like natural food, back into the earth kind of thing.
Yeah.
Even though it has a pit. But my concern definitely would be for the animals.
But, where do cherry trees come from, if not pits on the ground?
That's true. That's true. So, if they do fall on the ground, they're going to eat them, and the pits are there anyway.
They don't grow
But
out
no,
of the cement.
I don't consider something like that littering at all.
That's one for me. Thank you so much, Darlene.
Oh, you are welcome.
Anything you throw out the window that is trash, then it's littering.
Yeah, if it was trash. Cherry pits aren't trash.
Yes, they are.
No, they're organic. They disintegrate.
You used it, you're done with it, it's trash. It's the definition of trash. You've used it for all it's needed
Wait,
for.
what's the definition of trash? Hang on, talk some.
Oh, no.
I want to see the definition of trash. You guys talk to each other for a
Something
second.
that you would throw in a trash can?
Trash is something that you're done with. You don't need it anymore, so you throw it away. Used up.
Trash.
Yes.
Discarded matter or refuse. Garbage. Litter. Junk. Debris. Rubbish.
I would consider that rubbish.
It is not rubbish.
It is so rubbish.
It's a cherry pit. It will grow a
Pits.
cherry tree.
On the pavement of 109.
Are you 100% sure it's going to grow a tree?
Yes, you guys understand how it works. It goes on the pavement, and then the wind blows it into the forest.
So there's going to be so many. Wait, where's the forest?
On Endor.
So how long do we have until your cherry trees grow? So we can see this whole forest of cherry trees.
It's a while because right now it's just it. You know, you ever remember in school when you took the potato and you waited for it to flower? Mm-hmm. It took a couple of weeks.
Okay, so in a couple weeks, we'll have a forest of cherry trees.
Not a whole forest. I mean, mine will be
By July 4th.
Mine will be a small cherry tree.
By July 4th, well, can I go and get cherries off the tree?
You can get cherries off the tree for people that threw pits last summer.
I don't see that many cherry trees on Long Island.
I don't see a cherry tree.
That's
on
because they're
Long
in the
Island.
forest. How often are you in the forest?
Where's the forest?
Endor, I told you.
Joanne in Shoreham is throwing a cherry pit out the car window littering.
Yes.
How come? Why is that littering?
Pretty much nothing eats the cherry pit, first of all, so they're just going to lay there.
Oh.
If it doesn't turn into a tree, then you really just did litter. Because I have a cherry tree in my yard, and I have birds, squirrels, possums, raccoons. They eat the cherries, and the pits land under the tree. I'm always picking up the pits.
Oh, so they're littering.
Pretty sure. I mean, I'd have to check with my husband because he's a cop, but I'm pretty sure that you would get a $250 fine, not Anthony, because you're not a minor. Yeah, you can get a ticket. I don't think it's legal to throw anything out of the car window while you're driving.
So I'm going to get a ticket, and I was just called old. Joanne, that's great. I think it's really interesting that you're mad at the animals for leaving the pits in your yard. So it makes sense.
I just wish they'd eat the cherries that I can't reach, not the cherries.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I really appreciate it.
Okay, good luck.
Okay, so Lori, is it littering or not if you throw cherry pits out of your car window?
Well, I don't think so. And my daughter brought up a good suggestion, too. Even if a goose eats it, it'll poop it out and it can become a tree still.
Yes! Exactly. So I am helping the environment.
I think you are, especially on 109. But sunflower seeds, I hate when people spit those shells. That is littering.
Yeah, see, that's what I was saying. I think the shell is littering. The seed is probably not because something will eat the seed. But, why would you spit out the seed? That's dumb.
Hey, Maggie.
Hey, how's it going?
So, Maggie, what's the problem with throwing cherry pits out of your car window?
So I personally think, depending on where you are, like if you're on the road and you're throwing cherry pits or seeds or things like that out the window, it's a problem because if you're saying that an animal will eat it, that's attracting an animal to the road, which is then likely to get hit by a car, which I think is going to attract other animals, which will then get hit by the cars. So I think, like, on the side of the road and things like that, it's definitely a problem. But if you were, like, camping and, in the middle of the woods, that's something different because it's, organic. It'll decompose. Something will eat it or whatever. But, yeah, on the side of the road is definitely a no-no.
Is throwing a cherry pit out the car window considered littering?
I don't think that's littering. I think it's considered human seed dispersal.
Right. That's a good point. So it's the same thing as, like, if your dog poops.
Exactly, but you want to pick that up because that's not fair to the other people walking around near you.
Exactly.
Well, that's true, except for the fact that I did it where nobody walks.
Okay. As long as you didn't do it while you were driving and it hit somebody's windshield, I think that's kind of fair. If you put it in a wooded area, not somebody's lawn, but, in a place where it had an opportunity to root itself, maybe that wouldn't be considered littering.
There's a good chance I hit a car and the lawn.
Well, I don't know the other drivers would appreciate that.
Okay, so not littering, but also, like, not cool either.
Yeah, you might want to keep a little garbage pail inside your car.
Oh, okay.
For moments like that, yeah.
Melissa, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Enjoy your day.
You too.
Abby,
Hi, how are you?
Okay, so Abby, I didn't throw like a can of tuna out the window. I threw a cherry pit.
I think it's littering. Like I said, those things take forever to decompose. They don't decompose quickly. I mean, you're talking years.
Oh.
And I said before, my dog swallowed a peach pit. 2 days later, went to the bathroom. The thing came out whole. I mean, they take forever. So I think it's littering. I mean, you can put it in a napkin in your car, a cup. You know, you don't just spit it out the window. You know.
Thank you.
Well, I thought it degrades in like a couple of days. I didn't realize it takes years.
It takes years, and like I said, I went through my dog's system 2 days later, out, you know, looking just like it came off the peach, you know.
And you were hoping for a peach tree? Because it makes sense. A peach pit and fertilizer, a tree should have come out.
No.
We're talking about cherry pits and me throwing them out the window and Anthony yelling at me, saying it's littering.
Yep.
Lisa in Smithtown, come on, what do you know about this? Not littering, right?
All right, I was about to rule with you because I never ever litter except for like food, bread, a roll, whatever. Like I want to feed the animals, right? So, but guess what? Cherry pits contain cyanide.
Why isn't there a warning label when you buy cherries?
I don't know, but you could be killing the little critters out there, my friend, that would never want to do
Murderer!
that.
Murderer!
Stop it. Leave her alone. She didn't know. Leave her alone.
Well,
She'll never do
Anthony
it
is
again.
going to be horrified because today we're going to go back and I'm going to pick up every single pit that I spit out. We're going to go back.
That's why I said I don't want to call you. She's going to be dying. Don't ever do it again. I'm going to
For
pray for
real cyanide? So I could have died too if I would have swallowed the pit.
You go to
Yes,
jail.
I've been eating them for 2 days too because they're amazing. And I was at work yesterday and I said, I just think I have 2 pits. But you have to eat enough of them. But the ones you threw out the window for the past, the little geese that now have their babies walking. Cooper!
Well, I don't think the geese are not going to be walking around 109, so I think I'm pretty safe
everywhere.
there.
Leave the studio now. Go. Drive it back. Leave. Have somebody drive you.
Joanne.
Yes,
So, Joanne, is it littering to spit a cherry pit out your window?
Absolutely not. It's food. Either an animal's going to eat it. It's going to decompose in 3 weeks. It's not even going to become a cherry tree. It's just going to go into the environment. It's good for the environment.
It's not good for the environment. If everybody did it, we'd have a stack of cherry
Free
pits up
cherry
and down
trees.
109.
We would have free cherry trees.
It's a seed. An animal is going to come by and pick it up and take it into the woods. It's not even going to become a cherry tree.
That's true. Well, eventually it will.
It's food. Or in 3 weeks, it's going to just be dead because the sun or whatever. It's food.
Can I throw a cheeseburger out the window?
Yes, because
Back. It's the Cooper and Anthony Show.
We have a couple of bosses here. One of our bosses, Nancy, and I were talking, and she said, my God, I saw this product on TV, and I ordered it, and I can't wait to get it. And she couldn't wait to tell. She was so excited. She couldn't wait to tell me about it. It was, it's some sort of sponge that cleans everything, and it also cleans cat hair. But she didn't know the name of it. And I said, well, there's like 100 products on TV that I must have, and one of them I just ordered. It came yesterday. And I don't know if it works or not, so don't even ask me yet. But the infomercial for it has been relentless, and I finally was like, okay, I'll buy it. It's the stuff called Damp Rid. I know. I didn't know what it was either. First I started hearing the infomercials. I'm like, this is annoying. And then I sort of keyed into it, and I'm like, oh my God, I must have this. I must have this stuff.
What does it do?
All right. I buy a lot of thrift shop clothing.
Okay.
And a lot of times my thrift shop clothing ends up smelling a little like, it kind of gives you, it's a little moldy.
Right.
And that's just because it's in a thrift shop. I try to clean stuff, but it never, my closets end up smelling really moldy. Damp Rid is stuff that's supposed to take that mold stench.
Guys, am I the only one who smells that musty odor?
Yeah, that would be me. You know when you open a closet, it smells musty?
Yeah.
Get rid of them with Damp Rid.
Yeah,
Damp
this
Rid's
commercial.
Natural ingredients attract and trap excess moisture,
Uncle.
eliminating musty odors.
I'll buy it.
You can actually see it work.
You
Damp
can
Rid is
see it
easy to
work.
use. Place it
How do you see
virtually
it work?
anywhere for a dryer.
I don't know. I don't
cleaner,
really see it work.
long-lasting freshness.
Thanks, Mom. Mom.
Your whole family will notice, so breathe easier with Damp Rid.
There's all different ones. There's like a little tub that you can buy and put in a basement.
Right.
And then there are these little package ones that you hang in a closet. Those are the ones I got.
Right.
So it's in a box at our apartment. I can't wait to see if they work or not because my closets, they stink, especially my coat closet.
When are you watching this TV that you see infomercials?
You know, I watch crazy hours of television. You know, I get up in the morning, I turn on the TV at 3 a.m.
So they suckered you in.
Suckered me in.
And you said, okay.
And a lot of the
Here's
channels,
my credit card.
yeah, a lot of the channels that I watch, the on-demand channels, they have commercials now in between. Okay, I'll fess up. It's the ID channel. It's all I watch. Are people being murdered? Mostly women. I don't like it. But they have the Damp Rid commercials like crazy. So finally, I was like, all right, if ID channel wants me to have Damp Rid.
Did you get 2 for like $19.99?
That kind of thing, yeah.
That's how much
it's a good
you
deal.
spent? No,
Yeah.
it was a good deal.
I could not get it. I lose money not getting it.
I guarantee somebody right now is got one.
Damp Rid? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. If you have Damp Rid, let me know if it works for you before I open my box, because I can still send it back. So what as seen on TV product must you have or did you buy that you're like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever or the worst thing ever?
Time for Damp Rid.
Don't just mask odors with sprays and candles. Get rid of them with Damp Rid.
Okay, I'll get it. So I ordered it. I have the box just came actually yesterday. I haven't even opened it yet, so that's why we were talking about it. And I'm really excited for my Damp Rid to try it out, and I'll let you know if it works. So what crazy thing did you buy off the TV? Did it work? Did it not work? We would love to hear from you. 955-9BLI. Marilyn and Shirley.
The Damp Rid, but they sell it in the store for years.
Are you serious?
As soon as I got in the car, I turned my radio on, and I'm like, is she talking about Damp Rid? They sell that in the store for years, because I put it in my campers, and I put it in the basement closets. You know? But it does work wonders, and it will take out that musty smell. It's great. It fills up with water from the damp, and it's great. But you don't have to spend a lot on infomercials. You can buy it in the store, in Walmart.
I feel like such a jerk. Marilyn, why didn't you tell me about this sooner?
I didn't know you had smelly clothes. I love you guys.
Thank you, Marilyn.
Thank
I
you.
love you. I can't wait to go home and open my Damp Rid.
Okay.
Have a great day. So here's the question I'm asking you. Very simple. What crazy infomercial thing did you buy off the TV? Did you buy something great? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Curious about that because I watch a lot of television and I'm very influenced by the infomercials. I have one closet that's like full of stuff. I still have my Bumpits. The other day I opened a closet and this box fell on me. I was like, oh yeah, those stupid Bumpits, which I don't think I ever wore. Maybe I wore them once.
How did this sound to you?
Okay. I never thought I'd say this, but I found bladder leak underwear that's actually pretty.
I love this woman.
Surprised? It's called Always Discreet Boutique.
Right.
It looks and fits like my underwear. I know what you're thinking.
It's a
How
diaper.
can something this pretty protect?
It's
Hidden
pretty.
inside is a
It's a
super
diaper.
absorbent core
Listen to
that
this.
quickly turns liquid to gel.
Turns
For
liquid to
incredible
gel.
protection.
Like a diaper.
So I
Yes.
feel protected.
A pretty
And pretty.
pink female diaper
New
with
Always
flowers
Discreet
on it.
Boutique.
This normally has nothing in it for me because, you know, I don't wear underwear. But the idea of being able to sit here all morning and never have to get up and go to the bathroom and look pretty. First of all, I got to see how it turns liquid into gel. That right there. I'm already in. I got to know how that happens. So I'm going to buy a pair of those today. And I'll give you my review. Yeah, that's the next product I must get. Must get immediately. I don't leak. I don't wear underwear, but I'm very interested in both of those things right now.
Adam, help me.
He wish Olivia was here again. Olivia would be like, I know, girl. I'm wearing them right now.
I can't. Adam is over there. He doesn't even know what's going on right now.
I love that.
His head is in his hand.
I'm sure. I love that I'm now outnumbered here, 2 men to 1 woman.
Right.
And I still outnumber you. I still find a way.
I gotta go lay down now.
Gina in Middle Island, what did you see on TV and buy, or what do you really want?
I didn't buy it yet, but it's called the 3-second brow.
And what is it?
Everybody now draws on their eyebrows. You know, some of them are really horrendous. I cannot do it, but it's an eyebrow stamp. So you literally stamp it on your eyebrow and it like makes a brand new eyebrow.
Get out.
No, I'm not kidding. So I asked, this girl was doing my eyelashes and I was asking her about it. She got it and she uses, I guess, whatever they give you to stamp the brow with.
Right.
She uses it like for her eyebrows. She doesn't use the shape anymore, but it kind of like taught her the shape. But I'm so nervous to use it because I feel like it's waterproof and everything. Like, you'd have to really scrub it off to mess it up.
It's never coming off.
But, I mean, it would be a great guide. Imagine just stamping on your eyebrows in the morning.
Oh, that'd be the greatest thing ever. But don't put it too high. Otherwise, people will be like, wow, Gina is surprised a lot. It's so easy to surprise her.
Oh, my God. How funny.
Good morning, Gina. Hi! Hey, John, in Center Reach, what crazy thing did you buy off the TV?
All right, I got a gift. That man groomer back buzzer thing. Oh my God! You know how it has like the bending arm, so you can like reach around and just like get your entire back.
Yes.
Terrible. The only thing it did was basically cut my back up and rip. It's terrible. Oh my God! I'll choose waxing over that thing.
Oh my God, that's painful.
Oh, it was so bad. It was terrible.
Did you re-gift it?
Oh, I gave it back to my friend. I was like, how about you try this?
Desiree, what did you buy?
So I got this chopper from HSN, and I was so excited to get it because I just started cooking because I'm a new wife. And as soon as I opened it, I went and grabbed the different pieces of the chopper. There was blood everywhere.
Oh my God!
Oh.
Oh no!
Yeah.
They left that part out of the HSN commercial, right?
Yeah, like I was so, and my husband, he's like, Desiree, be careful. He's like, I'm like, no, they wouldn't put it face up. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, blood. It's from my hand.
HSN shopper, now with extra blood.
It was awful. I made my own sauce.
What is this?
Sounds like something I heard before.
It's the Cooper and Anthony Show.
Here's our question of the day. When you break up with somebody, is it okay to keep their Netflix or Hulu or HBO Go passwords? How do you feel about that? Is it ethical to, not to? The only reason why, if I broke up with somebody, I would not I wouldn't keep the passwords is because I pine for people, and I know that if I had the same Netflix as, like, if my boyfriend Joe broke up with me and we were still on Netflix together, I would be like, why did he watch that? Who did he watch it with? Did he binge watch it? Oh my God, he never watches that. He must be dating a girl who's really into that. It was drive me bananas. I would look at his Netflix all day long and try to analyze every single thing he's watched.
You do that anyway.
Yeah, I really do. He must be cheating on me. He suddenly started watching Gossip Girl. He doesn't watch Gossip Girl.
Yeah, there's no excuse for that.
Right.
For me, I think I would even take it a step further and say not only should you keep their password, but even if it's their parents' password, you should keep it.
Why?
I don't know. Why not? Because every password that I have is my in-laws' password.
Right.
I keep it.
So if your wife left you tomorrow, you would still keep all the passwords?
Oh, yeah. And I'd probably even call her dad and go, did you change it? Why?
Give me the new password if you changed it.
I can't watch Family Guy. Come on. You're killing me here.
There's a revenge aspect to it that kind of feels good. Like, you dump me, I get to keep the passwords. But like I said, I think I would just be so interested in what they watched and why they watched it. I'd be watching that rather than watching Netflix.
Right.
All right, so how do you feel about that? That is our group chat question of the day. When you break up, do you keep the Netflix, Hulu, HBO Go, whatever, passwords? Kind of like dividing up the kids.
Yes. You get Hulu, I get Netflix. You get HBO Go, I get Starz.
And the dog. Caitlin in Rocky Point, how does it go when you break up with somebody? Do you get to keep the passwords? What do you do?
I just went over this with my ex. She cut my Netflix password and was still using it for like 3 months after we broke up, and I deleted her profile, and she texted me asking if I deleted her profile, and I was like, I didn't even know you were still using it. Get a life. Like, honestly, if you can't spend $11 a month on your own, there's a problem.
I mean, because when you guys break up, you got to divide your things. You got to be like, that's your sweater. These are my shoes. I get custody of the Netflix password.
Exactly. I paid the Netflix. Why are you still using it?
Right. All right. That's pretty cool, Caitlin. Thank you so much for calling and sharing that with us.
Of course.
Have a great day.
Brianna.
Hi.
Brianna, when you break up with somebody, is it okay to keep their HBO Go password, Hulu, all that kind of stuff?
Absolutely. I actually just broke up with my boyfriend. Totally his fault, but I broke up with him about 2 months ago.
Uh-huh.
And then Game of Thrones started, and I don't have HBO, but he does. So I'll get on HBO a little later because I get out of work late, and he'll be in the middle of the episode, and I'll be like, no, let me start that over. And I'll pick him up. So I think it's totally fine.
Especially if you can get back at him and make him rewatch the same thing over and over. It's perfect.
Yeah, he doesn't even, you would think he'd text me and be like, what's going on? But I think so many people use his account, he doesn't even realize. So I'm like, well, if I need to see this show, I will.
Oh, my God. That is great, Brianna. Thank you so much for calling and sharing that.
No problem.
Samantha in Mastic, here's the question. When you break up with somebody, is it okay to keep their Netflix, Hulu, HBO Go passwords?
I'm going to say if you're staying single after that, it would be okay. But if you get with somebody new, I don't think it would be too cool.
Oh, right. If you get with somebody new, you got to take their passwords.
You don't want to see all their new things, what they're doing now.
I love that that's the new, who are you dating? You know, once you're with somebody new, you don't have to wear a new ring, you don't have to get a new haircut, you just make sure you have their passwords.
Just watch their Netflix.
We're Netflix.
You'll know everything.
How serious are you? Well, we are Netflix official. Thank you so much, Samantha. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Cindy.
Yeah.
Cindy, what's the rule? If you and your boyfriend broke up tomorrow, who gets custody of the passwords?
Oh, you can't share passwords, not because it's unethical, because it would prevent you from moving on in the relationship. Plus, you'd get all paranoid. You'd be like, "Oh, is he moving on with House of Cards without me? He's moving on with some other woman." You'd be horrified. He's moving on without me.
Right, and I would use House of Cards to gauge how happy versus depressed he is, because if he only watched 1 or 2 episodes, I'd be like, wow, he's happy, he's busy, he's out of the house. But if he binge-watched the entire thing in a weekend...
Yeah, and he's sitting there watching Jane the Virgin with some other woman.
Yep.
If he met a woman who wants to watch Jane the Virgin with him, I'm happy without him.
No, but he watched that show with some other woman, and he wouldn't watch that with me.
Oh, yeah. That's even worse.
That would be horrible. It's way too much insight into another relationship.
Peter in Ronkonkoma, what do you say about this?
I think you can. Because they got to keep his STDs.
Oh, no.
How amazing is that?
You gave me a present, I give you a present.
How funny is that, though? I had to let you guys know.
No, that's hysterical. I agree. I think
that's true, but hilarious.
It is hilarious. You win. That is the funniest thing I've heard all day.
Oh my God! Awesome.
Thank you, Peter. Have a great day.
You too. Take care.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you? It's the Cooper and Anthony Show.
Well, you know how Anthony and I are kind of like Ernie and Bert?
Or those old guys that sit up in the balcony.
Right. Yeah. We're like them too, those Muppet guys. We're like lots of Muppets. So we do, we wake up in the morning and we discuss just things that are going on in the world, like viral videos or stories or news stories, that kind of thing. So we came across this video. I don't know if it's viral. We decided it was because we talked about it. So it was viral. It was viral in our world.
To us.
To us. It was viral to us, yeah. Where they basically talked about superstitions that we still all believe. And they were kind of like, I guess, going through each superstition or each urban myth and dispelling them. And even though that this science guy was doing all this dispelling of myths, and I've watched Mythbusters, I watch all those shows and Brain Games and stuff like that, there's still some stuff that I just can't help but, like, you could keep telling me, you could show me the science, and me as a psychologist, I understand science and I care about science, but there are certain things that I don't care how many times you show me the science behind it. Like, I know it's ridiculous, but I'm afraid to put a hat on a bed on the off chance that it does mean somebody is going to die. And I know that it's probably ridiculous, but if somebody does die and I've put a hat on the bed, then I go, oh, because I put the hat on the bed. So I just don't want to be responsible for somebody else's death, is all.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you're walking down the street and there's a ladder over the street, you going to walk under the ladder at all? Or are you going to walk around?
Well, I walk around because it's not safe to walk under the ladder.
But it's bad luck.
Well, I don't do it because it's bad luck. I do it because it's not safe. Because if you've got a ladder outside, why do you have a ladder outside?
I don't know. It could be. Just even if you're walking, let's say, down the street and those scaffolding, I won't even walk under that. It just freaks me out. Somebody's going to die.
Oh, you don't think it's bad luck? You just think somebody's going to die?
Yeah, because everything my mom used to tell me was somebody's going to die. Don't rock the rocking chair with nobody in it. Somebody's going to die.
Oh, that's a
Don't
good
put
one.
the shoes on the bed because somebody's going to die. Don't put the shoes on the table because somebody's going to die.
I heard shoes on the table. I never heard shoes on the bed. I heard hats on the bed. And I think that was even in what movie? I forget. It was in some movie. Not to put a hat on a bed. It was some stupid movie. But I was like, see, there no hats on the bed in that movie, too. So obviously, no hats on the bed. So that just reinforced it for me.
So if you walk in and your boyfriend puts a hat on the bed, you're going to freak out?
He has, and I've yelled at him.
Of course you have.
Well, no, because, look, I don't think it really causes death, but on the off chance that it could, I just don't want to be held responsible.
Yeah, because if the phone rings and you look down and there's a hat on the bed, I don't want to answer that.
Right, we've done it.
Yeah, there's nothing good that's going to be on that phone.
Yeah. And also, I still don't like to open umbrellas indoors, like, you know, when you're testing an umbrella to see if all my umbrellas have holes in them. I don't find out until I get outside because I will not open an umbrella inside. And it's not even, I looked it up to find out what the bad luck was, like, what am I causing by opening an umbrella in the house? You're just angering the rain gods. So I don't believe in a rain god, so why would I not open an umbrella in the house? But I still, in the back of my head, know that that's a superstition, and I just shouldn't do it.
So you get a little bit wet when it's raining because you go outside, and then you open up the umbrella.
And there's holes in my umbrella.
Right.
Or there's one of the spokes is gone, you know. But I could have very easily just opened the umbrella in the house and found that out. And then taken another umbrella, but I refuse to do that. I would rather get wet and be safe than whatever consequences come of opening an umbrella in the house.
Yeah, what can happen, though? I mean, what's the superstition? Somebody's going to die?
No, I never heard someone's going to die. I heard that
it's bad luck.
It's just bad luck.
But what if you break a mirror? Are you going to freak out?
I mean, I try not to break mirrors. But if I break a mirror, I don't.
7 years bad luck.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I believe that one. I haven't seen that one come to fruition yet. I know lots of people that have broken mirrors, and their lives are pretty good. Like, I would imagine Lindsay Lohan breaks mirrors on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And Kim Kardashian, I mean, you know Kim Kardashian every once in a while sits on a makeup mirror because she doesn't realize it's there. And she puts that big butt down and forget, that mirror is broken. So she seems to have very good luck. They just signed a $10 million contract.
Yeah, but Lindsay Lohan,
or $100
she doesn't have good luck, so she probably breaks lots of mirrors.
Okay, she was a bad example. But Kim Kardashian probably breaks a lot of mirrors, even by accident. Because you got to think, that woman's in front of a mirror constantly. She's got to lean on one of them or sit on one of them at some point. Right?
She does a lot of looking at. You're right. Unless somebody holds one up for her and then takes it away. Take it away. Let me look at myself. Then they bring the mirror to her.
Well, she and Kanye are always in front of mirrors, the two of them. They must, I mean, even accidentally, just, you put your arm up, you lean back, The mirror's on the table. You don't realize it. You swing your arm. You've broken it. There's so many mirrors. In my mind, there's so many mirrors in their world. It's almost like a minefield. They can't not break one of them.
They don't have walls. It's just mirrors.
Everything's mirrored. The ceiling, the floor, walls, furniture.
Ooh, I look good. Ooh, I look good. Ooh, I look good.
Right. And every once in a while they break. And so far, nothing bad has happened to either one of them. So I'm going to go with that superstition untrue. But that's the only one. That is the only one.
But you're still going to believe it if you break something. You're going, 7 years now. Great.
Nah.
You got to figure out in your head how old you're going to be. Oh, look, I'm going to have bad luck until I turn whatever.
75. Yeah. So how about you? Are there some superstitions that you know it's a superstition and it's stupid, but you still just believe it? You can't help yourself. 844-404-1067.
Yeah, that's the walking under things. But my mom would tell me anything that I would do would kill somebody. Anything bad that she didn't want me to do.
Why was she so afraid that you were going to kill somebody?
Chew gum in the house, kill somebody. I don't know.
Yeah,
she believes all of it still to this day.
Well, do you believe that if you eat gum, it sticks to your insides?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's not possible.
You don't know that. You're not a doctor.
I know, but it's food. Where's the rest of your food go?
But it could stick to everything.
It doesn't.
It's gum.
Well, so does taffy. Don't eat taffy either.
How about if you hold your face like this and you get hit in the back? Your face will stick like that.
Don't make that face ever again. That was
like this.
Well,
if you do this and then you get somebody hit you in the back.
That's frightening right there. All right, so superstitions that you know they're ridiculous, but somehow you kind of believe it. Well, are there superstitions that, or maybe even urban legends, just things you've heard that you just still think are true? Like Anthony thinks that if you chew gum and swallow it, it stays in your body.
Forever.
Forever. Hangs out on your lung, hangs out on your pancreas, becomes a second liver. I don't know what you believe.
Grows a fetus.
Grows a fetus. So are there certain urban legends that you still believe, even though you know it's ridiculous, you believe it? 844-404-1067. Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
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 Some wicked.
Mm-hmm. So you have superstitions about everything.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. I pretty much go from one good luck thing to another.
Good luck?
Yeah, I need good luck because, well, I just need it.
Like what? Like what kind of stuff do you do or not do that you think brings you luck?
Well, for one thing, when I'm playing darts,
that's darts. For the rest of us, that's darts.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I was
not dots. He's not playing dots.
Okay.
Dots, although is an app on your phone.
Oh, odd. But anyway, when I'm throwing the little sharp metal things at the round thing on the wall.
Yeah, the darts hitting the target. Yes.
What is it called again, Jay?
I'm throwing darts at a dartboard.
You're throwing dots at a dot board. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what you're supposed to throw them at, isn't it?
Yeah.
But anyway.
Where else would you throw a dot?
Most people will buy the little feather things on the end in a 3-pack with the lights.
Mm-hmm.
Blue, red, whatever.
Yeah.
I cannot have 3 the same color.
Oh, that's interesting.
And the part that holds between the middle point and the flight, those have to be different colors.
Really? Because it'll be bad luck if they're not all the same color? I mean, if they're all the same color?
Correct. If they're all the same color, I can't
bad
do
luck.
Nothing. Bad luck. Very bad.
Do you play that many? Do you play dots that much?
Sometimes an hour a day.
Oh. We still talk about the same thing.
Yeah, throwing little middle pointy things at the target on the wall.
Something a strange man does for an hour a day. I just want to make sure.
Dots.
He calls dots. Babe, I'll be in the bedroom. What are you doing?
Dots.
Throwing dots.
I'm throwing dots.
Don't come in here till I'm done with dots.
There's a professional by the name of Phil Taylor who throws 8 hours a day.
Don't come in here for 8 hours. It'll just be me and my dots.
No, that guy's a professional, Anthony.
You know, sometimes I think you just let me call in because you like my accent.
Us? No, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, because you like it when I play dots. You know it. You also like it when I decide to play poker with some cards.
You're killing me. Stop.
Because when I'm playing cards,
Jay.
I always turn the ace of diamonds upside down in the deck.
Oh, do you? Why? That's also bad luck or good luck?
But then that's because of a fellow named Jason who always, no matter what game we played, he would somehow manage to get his ace of diamonds stuck out so we could all see it. So we put it in the deck upside down so we couldn't see the face of the card when he was... So it's Jason's fault.
Is Jason a real person? Or is that your imaginary friend?
No, Jason was a real person.
Is he the one that plays dots for 8 hours a day?
He's the guy who plays dots for 8 hours a day. Honey, I need the bathroom. I'm still playing dots. Thank you, Jay. Thank you very much. Hi, Mike.
Hey, thank you for taking the call. Yeah, my name's Mike. I'm from South Louisiana, and there, of course, there's plenty of superstitions out there. But the one that really got me was when I was young. My grandmother would not walk on the other side of a pole or the other side of a column or anything, and she would actually walk back around the other side because she thought it would actually break the relationship.
Oh.
And of course I was a brat, so I always walked to the other side of the pole. So poor thing, bless her heart, I used to make her walk back to the other side. It was a game to me, but yeah, I feel bad for it now. But you know, it's actually funny because my wife and I now we'll catch ourselves doing it, and I don't know. You know, I don't know if it's obviously it's not true, but because I tried it. But
you tried it.
Wouldn't it be great if that was true? Because you wouldn't have to get divorced. You'd be like, babe, can we walk on the other side of a pole together? What did I do?
Yeah. Exactly. It's one of those little things there that are it makes you go, you know, it's like, who thought of this? But yeah, she lived by it. We'd go to church, and of course, you know, we'd walk by the columns, and she would make sure we walked on the same side. So it was funny.
It's kind of sweet because, I mean, think about the consequences. Everything that happens in Anthony's life is death, whereas the worst thing that happened in your grandmother's life is it would sever a relationship, which she didn't want that to happen. That's actually quite beautiful.
That's right. Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you taking the call. I love listening to your show. So I want to say thank you. And,
thanks, Mike. And thank you for calling in. We appreciate your story. You know, it's funny because I think that would be a good idea. To make that, like, if that was a way to break up with somebody, you know, just have them walk on one side of the pole.
Then you can play darts with the door open.
No, it's dots, Anthony.
You can play dots all day long.
You play dots all day long. You'd have if you broke up with your wife, you'd have to play dots by yourself. You wouldn't have much of a choice. Yamir, why do you put up with us, Yamir? Why do you even bother putting up with us?
I honestly don't know. Maybe I'm.
Are you still sick?
I'm still sick, but it's getting better.
Okay, now tell me, what is it that you believe? What's a superstition that seems ridiculous, but you kind of believe it?
Well, you remember the thing, if you step on a crack, you'll break your mother's back?
Yep.
Well, that halfway became true for me. Back whenever I lived back in the Canadas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm from Canada, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
I once stepped on a crack. I was just walking down the street and I stepped on it. Well, a few minutes later, my brother calls me and says, "Hey, mother just broke her arm."
No.
It wasn't a joke. It wasn't a prank that she was trying to pull on me. She actually did break her arm, but she had tripped down the stairs and landed on her arm funny. And,
So wait, did that traumatize you? I mean, did you not step on cracks after that, thinking that you might have had something to do with it?
Yeah, for about a year after that, I was like, anytime I see a crack, I was like, nope, just, step over it, jump over it, or all that fun stuff.
Yeah, because on the off chance that you did have something to do with it, why take the risk?
Yeah, exactly. I'm just going to keep calling until I can take over Anthony's spot as co-host. I mean, nobody would notice he's gone.
Hey.
Well, there's definitely women tonight that would love for him to go bye-bye. After saying that women can't drive, yeah.
Oh, that's mean. I know plenty of women who can drive. My mother.
Yeah, but she's got the broken arm.
He can't think of anybody but one.
And you've broken her already. Thank you, Yamir. Thank you very much. I want to talk to Sheila because Sheila has a superstition that actually quite a few friends of mine have that I thought was unusual, but Sheila's going to call and tell you. Hey, so Sheila, what is the superstition that even though it seems ridiculous, you still do it?
My mom and her sisters and my grandmother, you cannot do laundry on New Year's Day. Somebody in your family will die. And to this day, we will call people and be like, don't be doing laundry now. We don't want to lose anybody. Because, my generation is the next to go anyway. Because we're the oldest, we still think of ourselves as the kids, but we're the ones with the grandkids and the great-grandkids now. Mm-hmm. And so we'll be calling our cousins on New Year's Day going, nobody did laundry today, right? You didn't do laundry today.
Sheila, it's so weird. I have friends that have that exact same. I've heard that before. Friends of mine have said that. I thought they were kidding. And then I have other friends who are from Spain, and they believe that if you don't eat grapes on New Year's Day, you have bad luck all year. So they run out. They don't do laundry, but they do eat grapes.
You guys, I tell you, I get off at 8 and I listen to you guys every night, and you put a smile on my face when I'm heading home, and I love your show.
Oh, thank you, Sheila. It's very sweet. We really appreciate that.
Drive careful.
Okay, and don't do laundry on New Year's Day now.
Only at Anthony's house. Thank you, Sheila.
This is just a filthy figment of my diseased imagination.
It's Cooper and Anthony.
There's a woman who we've been talking about who did not get a driver's license. She's been trying for 14 years, but she's a terrible driver. She's had 250 driving lessons, and none of them have stuck. And she's been blacklisted from driving. She can no longer drive. So it's just one woman, and she's in the UK. But Anthony has made a sweeping statement that all women cannot drive. That's what he's decided.
You.
Well, it's not that I can't drive. I don't drive.
Yeah, but you don't drive at all. Do you even have a driver's license?
No, I don't. Because...
Do you think you get past the test?
I don't know. I would have to study and memorize. It's the way Antoinette was saying with her son. Like I would study to make sure I got the written test, and then would you take me for a driving lesson?
No, I would not. No. There was one time I had an Escalade, remember?
Yeah.
And you wanted to drive my Escalade?
Yeah.
No.
Why?
Because I've seen you run into walls walking. There's no way.
Too busy texting. Yeah, I don't. It's funny because we do so many of these topics that I have no personal experience with because I don't have a driver's license. I don't drive. Not that I don't drive. I shouldn't drive. That is my thing.
Well, at least you know that.
Yeah, that's true. And every time I need to go somewhere, someone else has to drive me, usually either my best friend James or my boyfriend, and they call it driving Miss Cooper. So that's how I get around. Hi, Danielle. Hey, Danielle. Oh, sorry, we lost Danielle. Hi, Jim.
Doing.
So, Jim, Anthony has made a statement. He's declared that women are terrible drivers, all of them.
Well, I'm going to tell you a story of a woman who used her smarts and turned out to be a pretty good driver.
Oh.
Many years ago, I was a police officer up in the mountains in North Georgia. And one Saturday night, it is just pouring down rain. I mean, it's so bad you have to drive 20 miles an hour. And I wind up behind a car running about 20 miles an hour, going from the yellow line to the white line, just making S's down the road. I thought, got to be a drunk Saturday night. So I pulled the car over, walked up there, and immediately the girl rolled the window down and said, "I'm not drunk, my windshield wiper broke." And I thought, your windshield wiper broke. So I looked at the windshield wiper, and she had taken it and stood it straight up, tied a rope to the top of it, ran it all the way around through the left window to the top of the steering wheel, and then to the top of the the left window to the top of the steering wheel, and was going down the road making a big enough swipe so she could see out to get home.
Oh, is that stupid or genius?
That's a genius. Well, I say he's a genius. So not all are bad. There's some out there pretty good.
Although she was sort of swerving up and down the road.
Mm-hmm. While it was
swerving,
raining.
But she was sober, and she got home. I followed her home.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I just had to make sure she had to get home, yeah.
Oh, okay. Just doing your job. I understand. Okay, that's very good. Okay,
Yeah,
so
definitely.
that's one.
There's some good drivers out there.
Okay, so that's two. So that's Antoinette, and that's the girl that Jim told us about. So there's two, Anthony. So it's not all women.
Two.
There's two.
Two out of all of them.
Thank you very much, Jim. Thank you. Oh, Anthony, wait, I think we have a third. Jenny, you're a terrific driver, right?
Yes, ma'am. I have been driving for 45 years. I've never been in a wreck, had a wreck, caused a wreck, and never had a ticket.
Ah, excellent.
Neither has Cooper. She's never driven.
Well, my mother tops me. She stopped driving at 85, never had a wreck, been in a wreck, caused a wreck, and never got a ticket.
Wow. And drove up until she was 85.
She drove till she was 85, and the only reason she quit driving is because she had a stroke.
Oh, man. And she taught you how to drive, and you drove well. See, okay, there's two more women.
No, she did not. She did not
total.
teach me how to drive. I taught myself. I had motorcycles, had golf carts, had lawnmowers, everything. I was driving at 8 in my yard.
Oh, wow. That's very, see, okay, so there's Antoinette, there's the lady Jim told us about, there's Jenny and her mom.
There's 4 out of all women in the world.
That's pretty good. Well, you said all. And we just showed you 4 that are great drivers.
All right, here's a question for you. When driving in bad conditions, the proper speed to travel is the posted speed limit, 55, 65, or only as fast as it is safe to drive?
That's all you, Jenny, because I have no idea.
I am saying as safe as it could drive, because it depends on the road, it depends on the conditions. So there's no straight answer for that. Women would know that.
Hey, she's
correct.
right.
Yeah, women would know that.
And just
Cooper
so you
did not know that.
My boyfriend has had 11 wrecks, 3 which were motorcycle wrecks, and they were all his fault.
See, that accounts for, okay, so now because that's a man, we're going to give, that's what, how many women does that equal to, Anthony?
There's only 4 women, so.
Okay. All right, Jenny, good. I'm glad you knew the answer to that. Excellent. Thank you very much for proving that you are a good driver and that you know more than Anthony did, because he didn't know the answer to that.
Absolutely,
all right,
Anthony.
Cooper.
Yes.
Now, this is for
Thanks,
Cooper
Jenny.
only.
Oh,
we'll see if you know how to do it. Safety belts should be worn, okay, only when driving at high speeds, loosely on your lap, only when driving in the front seat, at all times as a driver and as a passenger.
What am I wearing? Am I in a skirt or am I in a jumpsuit?
You're in a skirt.
Is it a short skirt or a long skirt?
Short.
Oh, no, you can't. No. I'm going to get like a rash on my leg.
So you can't wear one at all then.
No, not, well, if I have a long skirt on or a jumpsuit, I can do it.
So you're going loosely on your lap. Or only at driving at high speeds.
Well, definitely at high speed, so that's definite. And then let me also go with, does it have to be a certain tightness? Is that a law?
Take the next call.
Okay. So Larry, what would be the answer to that question, do you think? Larry, on the off chance that I was taking a driver's test and I was cheating and you were sitting right next to me, what might be the answer to that question? Do we lose Larry?
Hey.
Dave?
This
Dave's
Larry.
not
Did you say
here.
Hey, Larry.
Yes. I was talking about my girlfriend and mailboxes do not get along. We've been together 8 years, and every vehicle that we have does not have a right side mirror.
I expect to go in the post office someday and see her picture said wanted for destruction of government property.
They're arch nemesis. Her and mailboxes.
We're still at 4.
Oh, that's funny. Ask Larry the question. Larry, I want you to help me answer this question.
Okay.
When should you wear your seatbelt, Larry? Only when driving at high speeds, loosely on your lap, only when driving in the front seat, or at all times as a driver and as a passenger?
At all times, because I got a seatbelt ticket 2 months ago.
Oh, okay. See?
All right, Cooper, do you agree or not agree?
I was going to say all times.
Okay, circle gets the square.
Oh, yay! Thanks, Larry. Thank you. You've helped me. Now, Caitlin, you tell Anthony what you think of his comment that all women can't drive.
Okay, first of all, I lived in the Caribbean in Puerto Rico, and I drove down there, and they use the shoulder as a lane down there, okay?
That's insane.
And I've been driving.
Insane.
Yeah, their traffic jams make Atlanta's traffic jam look like a NASCAR race, okay? I'm telling you, there are 4 million people on that island, and there are 8 million cars. Because everybody has at least 2 cars.
That's crazy.
Yes, and you can only parallel park down there. So when I came here to Georgia, because it was out of country, I had to take both the written and the driving. And so I did my driving, and I went to do my reverse, parallel park, and the instructor says, no, go on. And I'm like, oh, crap, I failed. He gave me a 97. He says, I know you're not a parallel park because that's all they do in Puerto Rico. That's where you're from. But the only accident I have ever had, and it was because a man ran a stop sign and I T-boned him, almost killed myself.
There you go. Thank you, Caitlin. See, not only did she only have one accident, it was because of a man, Anthony. So far you're wrong. Caitlin is number 5.
Okay,
Thank
5.
you very much.
5 out of all the women in the world.
Well, are women terrible drivers? Anthony says they all are terrible drivers, and so far we have 5 and my mother, so that's 6 women right here that are terrific drivers. So it's not everybody. It's not, you're saying all women, but it's not true.
Okay, minus 6.
All women minus 6. I don't think so. I don't think it works like that. Now, Mike, you might agree with Anthony, though, right?
Yeah. Hey, there ain't a whole lot I do agree with.
Now, how come? Why do you agree with him?
Well, okay, I don't agree with a lot of anything, because my wife said, pardon my expression now, my wife says I'm a shit ass, but now I tell her I'm not, is because I was self-employed for 18 years, and I ran my own business, and it was a good run, and I shut it down without losing anything. And plus, when we got married, I stuttered so bad I wouldn't even talk. 3 months after I tied the knot, poof, it disappeared. And then she says, I won't shut the you-know-what up. So I am one of those who talks. Now, we were on our way to practice. My son plays football, and we're getting in the turning lane. And I'm watching the lady. She's sitting at the stop sign. And we're on the highway now, and I'm in the turning lane fixing to turn right in front of her. And because she's at the stop sign, and she bolts right out in front of me. And this little old lady from Pasadena don't need to be behind the wheel if you're so old that you can't drive good enough to know that there's somebody fixing to turn in front of you because they've got the right to first before you do.
Right.
You don't need to be behind the wheel.
So what happened? She hit you?
No, she didn't hit me because I was looking out for her.
Oh, okay.
I was watching her to see what she was doing because she was looking both ways real quick, and I'm like, well, there's nothing coming. Why does she keep looking back and forth? And she just bolted right out in front of me, and I'm like, whoa.
And you anticipated that happening, luckily. Otherwise, she would have T-boned you.
Well, I was just watching. I was just watching, and when I had my son in there, I'm kind of, crazy driver. I get slow and everything and take my time, but when it's just me, I mean, my wife says I'm an erratic driver. They were going to give us one of these things to put in the car.
Right.
And you can get up to 20% off on your insurance. And she said, hell no, you put one in your car, and we won't be able to afford the insurance because you drive like a maniac. So when she gets that thing in her car, she won't even let me drive it, and it's supposed to come in the mail. But I mean, I wanted one for mine. They're supposed to send one, but.
All right. Well, okay. So Anthony, Mike agrees with you. I guess he agrees with you.
Still at 6.
Still at 6. All right. Well, let's see if we can get that number up a little higher. Let's see if we can find somebody who thinks women are good drivers. Hi, Michael.
Hey, is Anthony there?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I need to talk to him. This is like a guy thing. Anthony, you're absolutely right.
Yes, I know I am.
And I'll give you 3 reasons why. The first one is my aunt lived in Sun City, that's just I think north of Orlando, and she had so many accidents in her car that they said she couldn't drive anymore. So they said that you could drive in a golf cart. So they put her in a golf cart, and she had so many accidents in the golf cart that they said she couldn't drive. And
she drive the golf cart.
You know, usually if you see somebody coming like that and you see them erratic, you run onto the grass. These people were better off if they stayed on the pavement.
You know, Michael, it's funny. He might be able to drive a car, but I drive the show. So,
but luckily, well, I'm going to get to you here in just a second, Cooper. But luckily, she's moved to Detroit.
Apparently, I don't.
The state of Florida is safer for it. So, the second reason is because my stepmother, she's been through 5 cars, and it wasn't because she traded them in. So that's. You know, that's why. And the third reason is where I used to work, this lady, every morning, for some reason, I seemed to be kind of getting to work at the same time, and she was putting on her makeup while she was driving. Mm-hmm. And I never could understand how anybody could do that.
Because she's good at multitask. Doesn't make her a bad driver because she wants to look pretty behind the wheel.
No, you should see. She couldn't even get in the parking lot, let alone park straight. And Cooper, with the answers you're giving to his driving test, you shouldn't even be allowed to look at a car on TV, let alone get near one to drive.
This is why I don't have a driver's license. Believe me.
I can understand why. Oh, geez, it depends on what I'm wearing.
It does.
And what speed am I going? Are we going to a formal occasion or just casual or a picnic?
Well, I don't know. What shoes do I have on?
Yeah, well, see, that has nothing to do with driving.
I don't drive because I wear heels, and I think that, first of all, you can't see my shoes when I'm driving. That's my first problem. So what's the point of spending all that money on shoes if you can't see them? So I'm walking, because at least if I walk, you can see my
thank
shoes.
Because I feel safer already.
So that's it right there. That's all I need to know. Can you see my shoes in the car? No? That's it. I'm not driving.
We're still at 6, by the way.
You're not supposed to be looking at your shoes. You're supposed to be looking at the windshield.
You're supposed to be looking at my shoes, not me. You are.
And then you'll look out the windshield.
Yes. You can't see them if I'm driving, which is why I don't drive. That's all I want to say. Thank you, Michael.
You're welcome.
Okay, so now Iron Bard, you got to help me out here because I'm getting it from all ends.
All right, she's going to give it to me, so just say 7 and move.
I'm going to do my best.
Go.
Anthony, have you ever gotten a ticket?
Yes, but I've always talked my way out of them.
Have you ever been in an accident?
Not that it was my fault.
Have you ever ridden in an ambulance?
No.
Okay. With the ticket and the accident, was there ever a female cop that was there?
No.
Have you ever seen a female cop?
Yes, and one was kind of hot. And she had
Would you
handcuffs.
say that female police officers and female ambulance drivers cannot drive?
That's why we have to get out of their way. That's why they have that rule. That when you see the lights, you got to pull over, so it gives them a big lane.
Well, then the same thing goes for the male officers.
So it's not because there's an emergency and we should get out of their way so they can get to the victim faster. It's because there's female drivers. Is that what you're
saying? A female driving ambulance.
That's what you're saying?
But they can't say you only have to make your way when it's a female because then it seems sexist. So you just do it for everybody.
You know you're wrong. You are so wrong.
How many accidents have you been in?
Oh, plenty.
Okay.
I set the
How many
record for
tickets
my
have you
family.
had?
Oh, far too many.
We're still at 6.
But I am the only family member that any of my family will ride with.
Really? Are you the only one with a driver's license?
Saying a lot.
Yes, I have a license.
But are you the only one that has one?
Oh, no. But I'm the only one that folks will ride with. The rest of them are terrible. My brother's been in more accidents than all of us. But he claims all of his accidents have to do with four-legged critters and not two.
It happens.
You can make
With
anything
every
up.
accident. Pardon?
You can make anything. If you have an accident and it's never your fault, like Anthony, nothing's ever his fault.
Oh, yeah. I've noticed that.
Yeah.
But I do have a question that's totally off topic.
Go ahead, quick.
Because it's been bothering me for weeks. Your cat. You won't let people wear shoes, and yet you have a cat who walks around.
Anthony.
I don't recall people playing with
Cats
their
are
own poop.
cleaner than people.
Cats play with their poop.
Well, so does Cooper.
Thank you, Iron Bard. And thank you, Anthony.